Burglars are reported to have broken into the home of toddler Bronson Battersby in Lincolnshire just hours after he and his father's bodies were discovered. According to the Daily Mail, thieves broke into the home in Skegness and stole a wallet belonging to the father, Kenneth Battersby, and some of his medication. An astonishing development in a story that's already tragic. And let's get the thoughts now of former Metropolitan Police Detective Peter Bleksley. Peter, this case has horrified the nation. It's made us ask huge questions about British society. And this latest development, Peter, that opportunist thieves in Skegness broke into a crime scene to steal things in such a sensitive case. Peter, what does that say to you about the mindset of modern Britain and in particular the mindset of British criminals?
Well, some people are utterly beneath contempt. And whatever vermin it was that entered that flat and stole the items that you've listed, then they are truly subhuman. And I sincerely hope that the police investigation into this burglary will be prompt, professional, thorough, and that it will lead to charges being brought thereafter. I hope to see whoever's responsible in a court, and I'm sure there will be a lot of aggravating factors about this crime that I sincerely hope leads to a substantial jail sentence.
And Peter, huge questions to ask about Britain being broken, shattered communities, divorce, Skegness, a place I visited every summer as a child, now at the end of the line, lots of social problems. And is that part of the issue here, Peter? We see so often in these former seaside towns now faded, drugs becoming an issue, addiction becoming an issue, and repeat criminal behaviour on that basis would drive somebody to such a lamentable and contemptible crime as this.
Yes, and far from Skegness, down on the south coast, not so far from where I live in suburban London, there are coastal resorts that were once much favoured places going back some decades where people took their holidays. But slowly and surely the rot set in. People were moved out of areas of chronic social deprivation in order to create other areas of chronic social deprivation on the south coast as well. And of course, what follows along with deprivation? Crime, because some people, regrettably, see stealing as a way out of their poverty, as opposed to perhaps getting vocational training, education, getting up and going to work every day. And so societal problems spread far and wide, and they are now reflected the length and breadth of the country. When we couple that with immigration issues, people flooding in the country who we simply quite just don't know who they are, what their backgrounds are, and so many people are aghast at all of this and sadly shake their heads in disbelief.
Peter Bleksley, I think you've absolutely nailed it there. And aligned to that, we know Skegness, those former guest houses that would have been bustling full of tourists like myself, my family when we were younger, now are falling into asylum seekers being housed in these areas. You're dead right, Peter. These areas, towns, are being used as dumping grounds for social problems, forgotten, forlorn, at the end of the line in every sense. And Peter, Brexit, these areas voted Brexit in huge numbers. That's meant to be their way out of it, and instead we have all of these social issues colliding in these tragedies. Peter Bleksley, thank you very much for joining us on the show in upsetting circumstances, but I really think we need to have a huge conversation about Bronson Battersby, what it represents, the broken Britain that we have. All of us as a society, I think, have huge questions to ask and to answer, and this tragic case, maybe those conversations can be kick-started.